HTML and CSS Part 1.
HTML stands for HyperText Markup Language. It is called a markup language because authors, that is, programmers, web developers, mark up documents by inserting special instructions called HTML elements that specify how the document should appear when displayed by the browser, or web browser. The current version, HTML5, was introduced in 2010, and each new version has new tags or modified or deprecates, that is, stops using existing ones. So you always got to keep up with the new tags, or if one tag has been eliminated, which they call deprecated, or not, or if they have changed, and they're always changing. So what's an HTML file? HTML files are text files with HTML elements and identified by the extension .html on the name of the file itself, or .htm or HTML, and essentially there's no difference. HTML consists of tags that are placed around text and provide instructions for how the web browser will open and render the text and associated information. So here is just a text file, a simple, you got to remember, this is not a Word document, not a Word document, not Word software. This is a text, basic text software. And here is the, there's a little program that I use. These lines are just in the program itself. This is not part of the file. The file is over here. So this is the file. So you can notice that these are all characters that you can find on the keyboard. And these are the tags. These are the HTML tags. And once you place them in the text document, once the web browser reads them, the web browser understands. And that's the beauty of the web browser. The web browser is created, is programmed to read HTML and interpret the HTML. When the web browser renders this page and processes this page, you're not going to see the HTML. You're going to see the processed information and the result of it. And so if I have the page written like this, like the one I have, once I log on this page, I see something like this on the web browser. So you can go to the web browser and render the page. You can do that even with the files on your computer. You don't need to have the files on the server. And it doesn't look, it's written like this on the background, but it kind of looks like this when you render by the web browser. HTML text editors. So since HTML is made up of text, you can write HTML code and its associated content with a simple text editor such as Notepad for Windows or Text Edit for Mac. You should not use other word processing software such as Microsoft Word, because those documents have additional code behind them. It's a different kind of data structure. So although you may use those simple notepads like this one here, I recommend that you use, better text editors such as Notepad++ or Sublime Text. And I have some images here. So Notepad++ is a free software. Yes, you may need to download this, and I highly recommend you download Notepad++ or Sublime Text. They're free, safe, simple, and very efficient software programs. Sublime Text here has a little bit more souped up stuff, but it's very simple, and you can just use the simple version, and that should be fine. You have to set up sometimes the languages, and you can see that these are better editors for HTML because it kind of recognizes HTML language and then it changes colors, so it's easier to compute and write the code. Not compute, but just write the code. So these text editors are better because they recognize the HTML color tags and color them the different components of HTML differently for ease of comprehension. Now, we have to know that the colors don't matter. The color has nothing to do with the programming. The web browser does not see red and green and yellow. It's all about the text itself. The red and green and yellow and purple is for human beings to differentiate, okay, this is the tag, this is another tag, this is a value, this is an attribute. This is the text that the user or the author created itself, and the user is going to see, and so on. So let's go into a little bit of HTML basics. HTML files are read by the browser from top to bottom. So kind of follows that order. All HTML documents must start with a document type declaration. Like, it just looks like this. You just add that line in the beginning of the document, and the browser will understand that it's an HTML document. The HTML document itself begins with the HTML tag and ends with HTML. So all the content should be here. All content goes in here. The visible part of the HTML document is between body and body. So all content goes in here, but the stuff you're actually going to see in the page itself is going to the body. Now, notice over here in the little example, I have a title. The title is outside of the body. So the title is this title here is not going to appear on the body of the page. This title is going to go somewhere else, maybe on the tab of the browser to be shown, or just in other information that the browser can process, but it's not actually going to be shown. And if you can see here, this is not the same file as the one I showed, actually, because I wrote welcome to my homepage. I didn't write just my homepage. So this is not the title of that page. Okay. Color has no effect on the processing of HTML tags. There is no standard that HTML tags should have certain colors. Colors are used by text editing programs to facilitate human identification of HTML elements and the related components. So let's go deeper into the HTML element. And I'm going to stop here and continue on another video.